Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll show you how to top the DPS meter in dungeons, which will be super helpful for the new Heroics and Inferno dungeons coming in the next phase. To achieve this, we will be playing what is referred to as Sunkin, and I'll walk you through everything you need to know to climb to the top. Sunkin is a way of playing which involves stacking as much mastery as possible in order to get the most boosted Eclipse possible, as the Eclipse damage modifier is based on how much mastery you have upon entering the Eclipse. Before we keep going, it's worth noting that Sunkin can only be played to its full potential in dungeons or on raid trash, as we snapshot an Eclipse and keep it throughout the entire dungeon. This isn't possible in raid due to Eclipse resetting when pulling a boss. The concept of the rotation is however the same as when solar camping on a raid encounter. When it comes to Sunkin talents, you can run your regular raid talents. However, if you have your off-spec slot free, I'd suggest running a more mana preserving build instead. Here we place 3 points into Moonglow, reducing the cost of all our damage and healing spells by 9%, as well as Dream State, which makes you gain 30% more mana from your Innervate. This can be very nice when spamming dungeons, as you will most likely run out of mana playing Sunkin. When it comes to Glyphs, it's more or less the same as your raid setup, except that we switch out Glyph of Wrath for Glyph of Starfire. The reason for this swap is simply that you will never be using Wrath, and getting those extra seconds on your Sunfire from the Glyph will be very nice. Setting up our mastery snapshot is the annoying part about playing Sunkin, as it requires you to be in a full set of mastery gear and proccing a trinket on the first pull of the dungeon. This means you will be wearing a lot of cloth as well as agility gear, and you'll barely do any damage on the first pack. If you're playing with randoms, I'd highly recommend you warn them beforehand, as to not get kicked from the dungeon. In order to set up your snapshot, make sure you've equipped your mastery gear set along with Thoralian's Mirror and Moonwell Chalice. We'll talk more about gear at the end of the video. Use Starfall and start making your way towards the Solar Eclipse, but make sure to not enter the Eclipse before Mirror has procced. When Mirror procs, also make sure to use your Moonwell Chalice so you get the mastery benefit of both. When you have both your trinkets procced, enter Eclipse. When it comes to a rotation for Sunkin, it's actually very simple. You use your Wild Mushroom Detonate while 3 mushrooms are placed, place down your new mushrooms, apply your dots, starting with Sunfire, and use Starfire when you have nothing else to do. The only way this changes on single target is that you apply and maintaining your dots takes priority over placing down your mushrooms. When playing Sunkin, you will need 2 sets of gear, a mastery set and your regular DPS set. When it comes to the mastery set, it's really as simple as it sounds. You want to stack as much mastery as you can get your hands on, including cloth, leather, and strength or Aggie accessories. As long as there's much mastery on it, it's good. Make sure to use plus 40 mastery gems as well to squeeze it up even further. In the description I've linked some 60 upgrade sets based on gear available in tier 12 as somewhat of a guide of what gear to aim for. You can also find a spreadsheet made by JuanBreezer in the Druid Discord which goes over pre-raid, tier 11 and tier 12 sets. And that's about it to playing Sunkin. I hope you enjoyed this video and feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'll be posting some Dragon Soul related videos in the coming weeks about gearing and boss specific strategies, so make sure to stay tuned for those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.